Most important part of programming, which is known as object-oriented programming. So what do you see around you? You are surrounded with objects, aren't you? So you've got your phone in front of you, you've got your bike, even your pet dog is actually an object, right? So all of these are nothing but objects. Now these objects are basically associated with two things. These objects have properties and they have something known as behavior. So there is something known as a class, which is basically the template or a blueprint for real world entities. So let's take the case of a phone. Now, if we want to have a blueprint for this real world entity, which is a phone, now there are two basic things which are associated, which is the properties and the behavior. So the properties of a phone could be its color, its cost, and its battery life. And then if you look at the behavior of a phone, you can make calls, you can play videos, or you can even play games on your phone. So when you combine properties and behavior into one single template, that is when you get a class of a real world object. So it's as simple as that. So now that we've understood what exactly is a class, let's again understand what is an object. So I've already told you that we are surrounded with objects, and we also know that these objects have a specific template to it. So if you look at this, objects are nothing but specific instances of a class. So you take a template, and then if you want a specific instance of that template, that is when you have an object. So let's take this example of this mobile phone. So mobile phone would be the class and the specific instances would be the objects. So over here, the specific instances would be Apple, Motorola, and Samsung. So the term phone or mobile phone would be your class, and the brands of phones. So Apple is a brand of phone, which would be the object. Motorola is a brand of phone, which would be the object. And Samsung is a brand of phone, which again would be the object. So now another thing you need to keep in mind is all of these objects, since are part of the mobile phone class, they would be having the same set of properties and behavior. So when it comes to the Apple phone, it would have a specific color, it would have a cost, and it would have a proper battery life. And also with this Apple phone, you'll be able to make calls, you'll be able to watch videos and also play games. Similarly, it's the same thing with this Motorola phone. So this Motorola phone would have a color, it would have a cost, it would have a battery life, and also you can make calls, watch videos and play games. So now you guys must be thinking, what is the difference between these objects? Well, all of these objects would have different values for these properties and different values for these behavior. So the color for all of those three phones would be different. The cost of those phones would be different, and also the battery life would be different. Similarly, making calls would be a sort of a different behavior for Apple. And also maybe you'd have to click on some other button to make a call from your Motorola phone. Right, so this is how these objects differ. But all of them would come under the same umbrella term, which is class of a mobile phone.